Peace. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason show. I'm your host, Skilo Slim, and today we got a very inspirational guest in the building, and I'm going to pass it around to her so she can introduce herself. Good morning, man. How
Good
are you?
morning. I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm a little better now, you know. I was running late for once. Today it was me. I be complaining about people being late, but today it was me, so I appreciate your patience.
My pleasure, for sure. Well, my name is LaToya Prince, born and raised from Omaha. I am a 36-year-old cancer survivor. My message is just really to spread awareness on early detection, and hopefully I can save lives by doing so.
Right. So why is that the emphasis? Like, is early detection, is that important? Does that help you out? Or I don't know nothing about it.
Well, my sister was diagnosed with cervical cancer about 4 years ago. Unfortunately, she lost her battle to cancer. So it was a long struggle. It was a long fight. And part of the problem is that it was not detected early. It was a cancer that she could have survived from. But once again, you know, when we don't listen to our bodies telling us, you know, hey, something's wrong, you know, it caused her to be in stage 4 once she was diagnosed. So, you know, I just felt like it was I had to do it, you know. It was just like my mission to go out there and say, hey, you know, when was the last time you had your annual pap smear or cervical cancer screening? Just, you know, and telling friends and families, just because, you know, I watched my sister die from a disease that could have been prevented, or she could have been saved if she would have caught it earlier. Right. And so shortly thereafter, maybe a year after my sister passed away, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, the two are not related. I went through genetic testing. They couldn't find genetics. It was just something that happened to me. And so thank God I caught it early. Right. So it was stage 1. Left breast cancer carcinoma of the ductal glands in the breast. And so the tumor that they found was so small that the doctors couldn't even palpitate it. Wow. So it was one of those things, I started having symptoms, and if I hadn't paid attention to those signs and symptoms and went to the doctors, no telling how long, you know, it would have gone on and progressed. So I'm just thankful that I was able to, you know, go to the doctors in a timely fashion to where, you know, they caught it early. So.
Right, and you said it's like an annual test that you can get? Yes,
well, first of all, I'm not even old enough to get a mammogram. So I think the age that mammograms usually start are like about 45 and up. And so, like, my age range wasn't even in there, but my primary care physician, she and I have a close relationship, and she was just like, you know, I was explaining to her, like, hey, you know, something's weird going on in my body. I think something's wrong. And she's like, well, I think you need a mammogram. She's like, it might not be anything, but let's just go and see. And sure enough, it was breast cancer. So, like I said, I'm just thankful that I went to the doctors early, and it did not spread to any lymph nodes of mine. It didn't spread to any other organs. So, yeah, it's just a blessing. And, you know, even going through the process of cancer, like, I just believe, like, God healed me. Like, you know, he gave me that battle so that way I can go and tell other people, you know, hey, go get checked, or even just be a motivation to other cancer survivivors.
Right. So your faith played a big part in you staying strong through this whole process?
Absolutely.
That's dope. So what other, you were mentioning, you said something about a Strands festival or something. Am I mixing the two up before we start shooting?
Yeah, so I went to Chicago for a benefit concert called Strands from the Heart. It's a lady named Sonia Johnson, who I absolutely love. I just totally adore her. She makes wigs for free for cancer patients. So she's in the Buffett Cancer Center. She does the Soul Train music thing every year. She's just an amazing woman. So we had a chance to listen to the famous blues singer Cicero Blake, who just got inducted to the Hall of Fame of Blues. Just amazing. Like, I just love her mission. And I mean, it's free. She doesn't charge the cancer patients, you know, to make these wigs. So I definitely support her, and I support her organization and her mission as well.
Right. That's dope. That's dope. What kind of stuff here in the city is going on, like to help prevent all of this? Because I don't really know a lot, but I know it's a major issue right now.
Well, there is Pink Lotus Foundation, who Tisa Harding is a part of. Well, it's actually her foundation. There's also My Sister's Keeper, as well as Every Woman Matters programs are in Allegiant Health in Charles Drew. They basically give free mammogram exams.
Okay.
Or
I was
at
wondering, like,
low
if it was
cost.
expensive or something.
Because it can be. And a lot of times people cannot afford to go to the doctors. And so that's why they neglect their health, or they just don't go, because they think about, okay, I don't want a medical bill, which is understanding, you know, because it's hard times. And so there are programs out there that will help you get the care that you need. Like I said, Charles Drew off of 29th and Grant. Also, Allegiant Health also does the Every Woman Matters program. So those are two big programs that I've actually got a chance to be a part of, that are out there and available to people in Omaha, Nebraska area.
Yeah, that's dope. Because, I mean, that is a big part, because everybody's not like me. Like, I don't pay medical bills, and I don't pay the IRS because they got it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they won't go to the doctor because, you know, and I'll make an appointment, and I know that I'm not going to pay them. And I'm pretty sure by now they know that. But a lot of people won't even make an appointment to go get checked up. They just go to the emergency room. And it's like, I don't know, like, is this something that will be picked up in that kind of situation?
Well, you know what? That's a good question. I do know that the Department of Health and Human Services will go back and pay medical bills. I want to say it's like 30 or 60 days or something like that. If you do have a situation where you apply for them and then you're approved for the medical insurance. You know, it's just always good to check whatever clinic you go to, just check with them and just say, hey, do you guys have any services or programs that can assist me in paying for these medical bills? And usually they do have like a caseworker right there on site. They kind of just go through your income. I know it definitely depends on your income, but they do have those programs out there.
Right. So it's like money doesn't have to be a reason for you to sit around sick.
Right. Exactly.
Because that'd be my main, that's why I wanted to invite you to come and speak about all of this, because it's like one thing to have a person who's never been through it, or they're like professionally trained, you know, so it's like they look at the world from a different view, you know, so I wanted to have somebody come who has actually experienced it, so that like my little cousin can hear you and relate to you more so than maybe somebody else. So it's like, was there any takeaways from during your fight that you had? Like, did you have to change your lifestyle? Was it like a way of thinking? Like anything that could maybe help somebody that's going through their process?
Well, I went in there thinking that I am not going to let this disease kill me. I have children. I saw the fear on my kids' face because we had already just lost my sister. And so they were thinking that, oh God, like this is about to happen to my mom. And so I was just like, I cannot let that happen. I have to be strong. I have to remain as normal as possible. So like my first day of chemo, I went in there with 18-inch hair, lashes, makeup. Like I was dressed high heels on, and they laughed at me. And I was like, this is the attitude. I'm gonna have a fabulous attitude when I go get these treatments from this day going forward. And that's how I kept it. I always kept just a bubbly spirit, personality. I try to eat healthy. I stopped using a lot of products, like feminine products, from tampons to pads, deodorants.
Those things play a role.
Oh yeah, they have so many carcinogens. I did a lot of research. Rayon is in a lot of the tampons and the maxi pads. And this is what they're putting on the shelves. So just imagine our young teenage girls start using this when they're about like 11, 12, 13, while they're going through puberty, and then into adulthood. Well, rayon causes cancer.
Wow.
But it's approved by the government to sell on our shelves. So I really started researching the products that I was using, because like I said, they could not tie my cancer to genetics. Well, should I say the cancer? They couldn't tie it to genetics. They couldn't pinpoint it. They were just like, it was something that happened. So then that's when I had to take a step back, and I'm like, nah, this isn't something that just happens. Like, something caused this. I don't like when people smoke around me either, so I had to get away from that secondhand smoke. And like I said, just the chemicals, even the foods that we're eating, like a lot of the pesticides are on the food. And so I started just bringing awareness, like, hey, you know, this has this in it. Maybe you shouldn't buy this anymore. And so my family and friends started listening to me, like, okay. And I just started finding like other healthy alternatives, you know, to help our bodies just, you know, a little bit more. And like I say, I didn't look at it as like a diet or anything or a fad. I was just like, there has to be a lifestyle change, you know.
Yeah, that's the key word.
Yes,
right
lifestyle change, absolutely. So, yeah.
Definitely, because I'm in the process of doing that myself, because it's like,
Good for you.
yeah, I gotta lose my little beer belly and stuff, you know. And it's like, I just think about that stuff now, and it's like, that's why I want to bring awareness to younger people, so that it's like, these is just habits that they have. Instead of like, okay, now it's like we all making lifestyle changes where it's like, they can hopefully never have to change their lifestyle because it was already healthy.
Yes.
Cause like, I don't even be knowing, like my sister in the summertime, like I went and visited all of them, and I drove and I drank probably like 7 Red Bulls, like the big ones.
Oh my God.
And then I got there and I was like, I'm tired, but I want to do stuff, and I keep drinking them. She's like, bro, like, do you want some coffee or like something?
Something
like,
healthier.
Yeah, like you gotta leave them alone. And she started telling me all this stuff, but it was like, I knew in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is obviously not healthy. But it's like, I'm not taking it serious. Like you said, like about the chemicals in all the products that we use. I don't think that, I mean, if people like me, they don't really take it as serious as it is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that's like one of the major steps. Like you said, you bring in the awareness. That's dope. I feel bad because I'm sitting here probably smelling like cigarettes right now.
No, you good. You're good.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh. You know, but so what would be something that you want people to take away from your visit here, from your story, that's like a key part to you that you would like to share?
Well, if you know anyone that has ever had any type of cancer, just be a good support system, because it's really hard when you're going through all those harsh treatments, thousands of doctor's appointments. You know, your looks change. Like, I lost my hair completely. I went from having a head full of hair to like none, you know, and so it's really hard, you know, when you don't look the same, your self-esteem starts, you know, becoming a factor, you know, because you don't feel like, okay, maybe I'm not as beautiful. Like, I had people stop talking to me because I was going through cancer. And it is, you know, because my physical appearance changed. And I was just like feeling inside like, well, I'm the same person, you know, I'm still loving Toya. However, you know, some people are so superficial that, you know, they couldn't see past, you know, the hair being on the aesthetics. So just, you know, if you know somebody who's going through it, just try to be a caring support giver. And then also go to the doctors, go see your primary care physician. Just early detection is everything. Even if there's nothing wrong, just still go to get checked, go get a physical, because those things are important, and those things will help you live a little bit longer if you kind of stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. That's what it's all about. It's like everybody seems to be in this positive space. Yes. Like, as a community, it's like a positive turn coming. And we got like our issues or whatever, but I feel like if we just continue on this path, like, it'll be good, because like everybody, that's what everybody's talking about. Like, you know, lifestyle changes opposed to diets, like loving your true self instead of trying to be something that you're not. And it's like, it's starting to be the cool thing to do.
Absolutely.
So I hope it continues, you know.
Yes.
Definitely. So is there anything else that you would want to like talk about or say? Like, you got a message, you know, like something you want to sell, anything?
Well,
or not maybe sell, but, you know, people to support, or all of that good stuff.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, you don't got to be ashamed to do that. That's what we do here. Yeah, we want to definitely support, because the reason is because, like, we need your strength and your story. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important, and we salute that here, because that's what we all about. It's like not giving up, always moving forward and being positive and living righteously, you know.
Okay.
And your story is like, that's a testament to that.
Okay.
So, you know, that's why I wanted you to come. But like other people were saying like, oh no, you should have her, you need to have her. Like, well, why? And when they was telling me a little bit, they didn't say everything that you said. It was just like, oh yeah, that's what we all about. So, you know, don't be ashamed. Like, if you selling something, you got anything. Like, it's your time to.
Okay, thank you.
For sure, you're welcome.
Yes, well, I definitely want to give some credit to Strands from the Heart, Miss Sonia Johnson. Please go follow her on her Facebook. Again, it's Strands from the Heart. Also, My Sister's Keeper and Pink Lotus are two breast cancer support groups that are here in Omaha, Nebraska. As well as you can receive free mammograms from Charles Drew Health Center, which is at 2915 Grant Street, and then also Allegiant Creighton Family Medical Practice at 7909 North 30th Street. I would like to say for everyone to start incorporating natural medicines, natural remedies for the body. I went through a bad radiation burn. It was like a 3rd-degree burn after my treatment, and I used an aloe vera plant. And it completely healed my body. My skin was the color of charcoal. Now it's back to normal like this. Yeah. So I'm a believer of natural medicines, natural remedies. I just feel like that'll give us a little bit more time here on this earth. And I also do believe that everything that's meant to heal us is surrounding us.
Yeah, so, I believe that too.
So that's basically it. And like I said, just early detection is key. If you feel like you have something going on with your body, you can't explain it, please just go see your physician so that way, you know, you can get the treatment that you need.
Right. Do the exams hurt?
You know what? It depends on who's getting them. But for me personally, they didn't hurt. But I've heard some people say that it's kind of uncomfortable because basically it's like a machine that smashes your breasts together. So that way they can get a really good picture of it, and then they turn you a couple of different angles. But it doesn't really hurt, and it's really quick. It's maybe about 15, 20 minutes, so it doesn't take long at all. I feel like if you can take 15 to 20 minutes out of your busy life, it could possibly save your life.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like those little things like that matter the most.
Absolutely.
They definitely do, because I've ignored injuries, and it's like it did not go away. Just because I was ignoring it, it was like still there. I was still hurt. It's like I just got a high tolerance, I guess.
Yeah, and that's what happens too. Because like I even think for my sister, she just had such a high tolerance of pain that she was just dealing with the pain, and she was still working every day, you know. And it was just like her body was saying, no, hey, something is going on here. And that just, you know, I just knew that the key was to really just spread the message of early detection, to people, to make them just be, like I said, more aware, more conscious. Even like when Nipsey Hussle died, you know, and his mother, like, I just commend her for getting up there and just really she started talking about natural medicine. Now, that don't have nothing to do with rap in the head, Bob. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But she was talking about the key things that are important because we don't have Whole Foods in our neighborhoods. We don't have all these natural medicine stores, you know. We have the stuff that's actually killing us in our communities. Right. You know, so it was like, now is the time to wake up and pay attention. Like, I feel like his death woke a lot of people up who weren't woke before.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so I definitely appreciate his movement, you know.
Yeah,
so
no doubt. That's always been like my secret weapon these last like 5, 6, 7 years. His music was always my secret weapon, you know, because I had like dark times, you know. I'm sleeping on my homie's mom's floor, like I'm living in my car, I'm sleeping outside trying to get these jobs and do all this, and it was like his movement, his music is what motivated me a lot of times. Like, hey, yo, you know, keep going. Like, it's not over yet. It's gonna get better, and it you know what I'm saying, it did get better. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on that. Like, you're starting to hear a lot more people talk about natural medicines, and a lot of people looking into Dr. Sebi's work because of Nipsey. You know, it's like that's something I take away. Like, the message is like always gonna be bigger than like the unfortunate things. Like what we all learn collectively, if we allow it to help us out, we can find something in tragedy. Like that's always something I struggled with when I was younger. Now I'm like, okay, what did I learn? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm not gonna dwell.
Yeah, you're absolutely right though. There's always a message in a tragedy. Sometimes things are blessings in disguises. So yes, definitely.
Yeah. So do you want anybody to, you got anything that you want people to get in touch with or anything? We at that part of the show.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Facebook. My name's LaToya Prince, or you can look up under the word Vijuni, VJUNI. And you can follow me on Facebook and ask me any questions that you may have. Or you can also tell me your story too if you've ever been through cancer or if you have a family member that's been through cancer. I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys.
Definitely. Again, I want to salute you for the work that you do.
Thank you.
Because it's like, that's the one thing I worry about my sisters. I can't lie, you know what I mean? Is that like, y'all so strong and resilient and all of these great qualities, but then when something's not right, it's like all of that strength, and it's like nobody knows that you need help or, you know, anything. Like you would never assume that somebody, you know, like I would never assume my mom needs a shoulder to cry on because she's the pillar of strength to me, you know what I mean? And that translates to all my sisters in the community. So it's just like, I want to commend you for talking about that, you know, early awareness, and just, you know, salute your strength, and I appreciate your fight and the good work you know, that you're doing. It means a lot to us, really.
I appreciate it.
So with that, I'm gonna say, go ahead and, oh yeah, I gotta say this too, because stop being scared of Charles Drew, right? Just because people you know is there, don't be scared to go up there and get tested and visit the doctor. If somebody start talking about your business, just sue them, man.
Yes, HIPAA privacy law, so they cannot discuss your medical information with anyone.
Right. And then just, you know, wear your truth, man. If they want to talk about you for taking care of your health, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather that I know my brother is sick and needs help than opposed to not know and just watch him wither away, you know what I'm saying? So if people want to talk negative on you for doing something positive for your life, then, you know, we don't even need them. We can disregard them, you know what I'm saying? And go and make sure that you visit your doctor. Like I said, I don't pay them or the IRS. That's the truth. They're probably gonna call me, you know, after this, but it's the truth. They got it. Go to the doctor, you know what I'm saying? They'll get their money. Don't worry about that part. Let them bills stack up. I don't care, I do. But I want to appreciate y'all tuning in, and please reach out if y'all need any type of assistance with any of these things. And I'm going to see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.